Hey man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm getting me an arcade stick before the end of the year, preferably by my birthday, man. I've been watching a lot of I don't know if you know the tournament series like Tampa Never Sleeps. They do a lot of
I've been
like
watching everything.
is that, and there was a really good last night there was it was the DR's Dominican Republic versus Japan in Street Fighter 6. Man, that shit was so hype, bro. Stage production was cool as fuck too. My goodness, chat. Fighting games, they're slowly creeping back into my life, man. How you guys doing today, by the way? Happy Saturday. Welcome
Come on,
in.
Big Reza. Oh no, Geef got her.
It's my affiliate anniversary, chat. Woohoo! Didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, not the perfect parry into the fucking power bomb.
Ryan, you and Winnie just need to quit your jobs, man. That's just really what it comes down to, man. Just quit your jobs, become vagabonds. That's the best thing for you.
Your boy is back, bruh. Furry shin bone.
Hey, man.
Geef is back.
Geef never left, man.
No, they had him in a suit for a minute.
Nah,
bro.
yeah, he was ass for a while.
He got his tidy whiteys back,
They
bro.
was trying to shut down the Church of Grapple, bro. You can't ever do that, man.
Bro, he beating the shit out of Marisa. Why you doing my girl like this, man?
Church of Grapple's like it's like New Birth. You can never really get rid of us. Too far.
You pray to the armpits of the grappler.
I was about to make an Eddie Long joke, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'll tell you off stream. I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about that one off stream, man. I can't say that on stream. I almost let it fly too. Oh, Darius. Oh, Darius. Oh man.
Oh, check this out. Check out the chat. They got anniversary.
Damn, 30 months. Where's time gone, bro? Jeez Louise. All right, let's get started, man. I'm excited to talk about some video games. Episode 270, creeping up. We're going to hit 300 soon. By the end of the year, I think. Let's see how many weeks are left. Let's ask Google chat. How many weeks are left in this year? Damn, it's 29 weeks, so we won't hit 300 till next year. That's crap. I was hoping we hit it this year, but that's cool.
I mean, we just hit it in January.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Starting the year off right. I think everything's looking a-okay. Hopefully sound and all that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get started, man. Hello. Welcome to episode 270 of the Super Weapon Podcast, most overpowered podcast on the internet. It's your boy Darius the Artist, and as always, I got my co-host DC here with me today.
Hello. This is your favorite person to see in the freaking world. DC in the building, baby. I don't know how to feel, man. We have been a little dry for the I want to say we've been a little dry here and there. We had a little dry spell of things to talk about in the gaming world, but everything comes full circle because we are getting smacked with showcase after showcase after showcase. Even after this, we have more showcases that we're going to probably have to talk about next week. And I'm not going to complain because it's been pretty dry. So we have a lot to talk about, and I'm excited because it just makes it easier for us when we have so much to talk about. And we got, I don't even know where to begin. Where should we start, man?
First of all, how was your trip? Let's start there. You know, you were gone last week. For those of you guys who might have missed the announcement, if you didn't listen to the episode before last, DC took some time off to go see some family, man. It's been a while since you've been back home, ain't it? Like it's been some years. I hope the trip was good for you, bro. Like I hope it was relaxing. You know, you got to see some family, and how was that, man? Because you are a hardworking dude, man. You don't really take time off from work, So I hope that you you got some time to relax.
The trip back home. Well, it was something because I don't go home often.
Yeah.
I don't go home often, so it's always good to go back home and kind of see like things like the new infrastructure. Hold on, I just got a text and it's in my Meta glasses. That was loud. Thanks. But yeah, so you go back home, you kind of see like they're still building a city up, which is crazy. I didn't realize that Detroit had 3 casinos now, which is
Oh, big gambling.
yeah, it's cool for the city. But I kind of didn't do anything crazy. It was my sister and my nephew's graduation, so it was all about them.
That's
It's not
awesome.
like one of those trips where you go home and I'm trying to visit everybody and go out and do all this stuff. Like it was all about them and what they wanted to do. So we did go out. We hit up a few casinos. We went to a few rooftop bars, and then my nephew, he wanted to go to Top Golf, and I have a new passion for golf now. Thanks to that.
Yeah.
I've been shitting on Top Golf for so long because every girl that I date want to take me to freaking Top Golf, and I never want to go. But I might start accepting that because it was fun as hell. Like
Was
Top
that
Golf is
was that your first time going?
yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I haven't been myself. I've heard it's fun. It looks like a good time, man. I'm glad you did enjoy that because I know you have been an avid Top Golf hater. That's all I'll say. Oh
Well,
man.
they burn it out here though. The thing
That's true.
is, like,
Yeah.
every person, like literally every time I go out on a date or something, they want to go to Top Golf. I don't know what it is, but I think I know what it is now. If somebody asks me to go to Top Golf now, I'll be down to go. But I learned that when playing the sport of golf, you got to start stretching, man. You really got to start stretching your limbs. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize how just big, dumb, and bulky I am until you start swinging that club and your form is off and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I need to, yeah, man. Actually, I was going to take everybody to phones and delete all the pictures of me because I didn't like how I looked either. It's time to really, really hit that gym back hard. Even though I lost weight, I was like, damn, I'm still big as hell. Like
Yeah.
I was, sheesh. But yeah, it was good. It was all around good trip, man. Good to see family. Saw my cousins and stuff. My little cousin beat me in basketball. Mind you, he's
Oh
only 5.
no.
He's 5 years old. Um, I let him. You gotta let him win to build up confidence.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I'm saying?
sure. For sure.
But saw my little cousin, saw my grown ass cousins. My cousin that I'm always threatening online. He caught me on the couch, sleep. What a loser! And he jumped me when I was asleep. What a loser! Talking all that smack. You're gonna fight me when I'm sleeping, bro. But yeah, our rivalry still continues. But I did meet his daughter because last time I went home, she was just born. She should be turning 1 next month, I think.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
So I met her, and she loves cars too. So we were working on cars, like we were just chilling, man. It was just real, real chill. And shout out to my sister and my sister boyfriend for the hospitality. Man, like my sister is a really guest oriented person. I want to say, like, I mean, she held it down, man. She like cooking and
Yeah.
entertaining, and she was holding it down in that area, bro. And man, I have to give her props because my sister, like, she can freaking cook, man. I don't know where she picked this culinary skill up from. Maybe it's because having kids.
Yeah. Yeah. For
But my
sure.
sister never, like, she used to like couldn't cook for shit, but now, like, man, she got this special stuffed salmon. No, that shit is crack. When I tell you that shit is
Wow.
crack, rock. Okay. And one last thing, and then I saw my cousin Amber, and I haven't seen her son since he was like 2, and he's like 18 now, and that is a big ass man, bro. I said, whoa. Shout out to him, man. He has scholarships for college, and he has a baseball scholarship. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Who knows? He might be playing for the Braves. Who knows? Or the Tigers or wherever he lands up. So, salute to all my nephews and nieces. It was fun being around them. My niece, she showed her ass. She showed her ass. Boy, every time I'm around her, my sister was like, yeah, y'all act just alike. So she is a nut. She's a nut. She's crazy. Like, she'll have you laughing from the stuff that come out this little girl's mouth. She said, Daddy, if you hit on mama, you not a man, you a boy.
Oh wow.
I don't even because they were like play fighting. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing crazy. They were like play fighting, and she went up to him and told him that. And I was like, the stuff that just comes out of this kid's mouth, and she's like 6, like she just says some of the wildest shit. But anyway, we got a lot to cover, man. That was my trip in a nutshell, man. Just a lot of family time, lots and lots of family time, parents, all that good stuff. Just chilling in Detroit. I went to Coney Island too.
I gotta check out Coney Island one of these days, man. You and your brother talking about it and stuff. Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, no grub.
Gotta check it out one of these days.
Did I send you the video?
I think with the fries, the chili cheese fries. Yeah, you sent that to me and your bro, man.
Hang it on 7 Mile like a crack baby.
It was giving me, honestly, it's giving me like cookout vibes just based off of what you were telling me about the menu. Not saying that in a bad way, because I like cookout too. So
no, it's slop.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's good ghetto slop.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, you know what we don't have slop today, man, is a lot of games today. A lot of good games, and just like DC mentioned, it has been a little slow as far as announcements, but that's pretty typical around this time of year. I want to say between like April, most of May, it's usually studios are kind of holding things back, and they're waiting for showcase season, which we are in the thick of. There's actually been, I want to say, at least 3 or 4 that I know of that happened this week. And we're going to talk about 2 today, mostly really just the games that we're interested in, as is tradition here. And as always, we encourage you guys, please go watch the showcases for yourself, because we won't be able to cover everything in one episode. That's impossible. This podcast would be like 4 hours long if we tried. But I'm excited, man. And I do want to say, like, I feel like this year, the next 18 months, I would say, honestly, it's looking really good as far as game goes. There's quite literally something for everyone. And it's nice to see that even though the industry has been met with a lot of layoffs, a lot of studio closures, there's still a lot of good developers. There's still a lot of studios, in particularly the international studios. Shout out to like Eastern countries and stuff, like China and stuff, has been investing in games. There's one in particular we'll talk about today I'm actually pretty excited about. But it's nice to see that, developers are still very passionate, and, this is a privilege to be able to play these games, man. I know we talk about like how expensive gaming has gotten and stuff nowadays, but I'm still excited, man. And I figured the first thing we could talk about today would be Wolverine. I feel like that is a good place to start. So we did have the PlayStation showcase. Gosh, what day was that? I want to say it was maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I thought the showcase was pretty cool overall, man. But there's like 2 games in particular I really wanted to highlight. I think obviously these are their biggest games I think that Sony has coming out, because I think it's pretty fair to say that Sony's been pretty lax or pretty quiet, for the last like 6 months or so. We didn't really know what they had coming up for the fall and beyond, and we finally got a glimpse of that. And I'm excited that we finally got a real look at Wolverine. I know that there's been a ton of leaks and stuff with Insomniac and their alleged, things that they may have coming up in the next 5+ years. But honestly, that did not deter me from being excited for this game, man. This looks absolutely insane. And the first thing I did want to mention too, that I don't know if a lot of people knew, this is in the same universe as the Insomniac Spider-Man games. So obviously it's not going to be in the same city, because from the trailer you see that Wolverine's traveling to a bunch of different cities. Madripoor in particular is a place that he's been to a lot. And the story as it goes is, the X-Men don't exist in this universe as of yet, like the X-Men team. There is a team of X-Men. They're called like X Team X, I think is what it was. That are trying to rescue mutants that are being held against their will, obviously. But yeah, this just looks absolutely insane, man. Before we jump into like gameplay and stuff, I kind of want to hear your thoughts about Wolverine. I know we were texting a little bit about it during the showcase, but yeah, what do you kind of feel about this? Like now that we finally got to see the game in earnest.
Well, it did not disappoint. First of all, shout out to Brother Ivan with the Prime sub. Thank you. Didn't have to do that, my brother, but we appreciate you. Wolverine didn't disappoint, man. It didn't disappoint. I was honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I just didn't think it was going to be bad, right? So I'm like, all right. They came in hot too. I love that.
Yeah.
They didn't make the people wait. They didn't make us wait. They came in with what everybody was anticipating. They're like, yo, we're going to do Wolverine first. We're going to get this. I love the way the showcase started and the way it ended, because it started with something strong and it ended strong. But with Wolverine, to see this feral beast like just destroying and the violence and the I was surprised. I was a little bit surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How gruesome it looks, but the combat, and then I did more research on the combat and the way you kind of have to balance your healing.
Yeah.
His healing with his like rage meter and stuff like that. I think it's gonna prove challenging on higher levels, depending on what game level you play on. If there's like a difficulty level, I think kind of juggling that balance is gonna be a good challenge, right? Like not bad, but it's gonna help with that combat loop. So instead of making it like real hacky slashy and just going crazy, there's things in the back of your head you gotta think about. And I love that. I love that for the game. I love that. I just don't know what to say. It wasn't too much that I did not like. I couldn't really find anything that I didn't like, but it does make me wonder who else will we see in the game, right? As far as other characters, or like who are these characters that they introducing because of the universe that they're creating? Because like you said, the X-Men wasn't really formed yet. They got this X team. I wonder how that's going to work. I am very excited for the Sentinel battles. I need to see it.
Yeah, man.
And if they fight Master Mode, I might shit my pants. Okay.
That would actually, and that's the thing too that I think I'm most excited about is, because Disney's been pushing X-Men pretty hard the last couple of years, ramping them up for movies and shows and stuff. But other media, comics and in certain games and stuff, they've really done, in my opinion, a really good job with establishing the X-Men. And it's cool to see that we're finally starting to get more of these type of superhero games. Because, like we got, was it Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 not too long ago. And honestly, like that's something that had me thinking too. It's like who are going to be the members of the team, because it looks, at least from the trailer, like with Jean Grey showing up, that they just kind of run into each other. So I don't necessarily know if she's a part of the team that Wolverine is, or what her motivations could be for saving the mutants and stuff. But I wonder what her story motivations are for getting tangled up in a lot of this stuff. And as far as like the gameplay and everything, I really enjoy. I think that's probably like my favorite thing, because it reminds me a lot of what Spider-Man did, what Insomniac did with Spider-Man. Like you can tell that it has a lot of that DNA with, if you look in the bottom left here, you can see like a ability wheel, and the combat looks very reminiscent of Spider-Man, but it has like the brutality of Wolverine, which is something that I'm all for. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever played the one that came out on PS3. I think it was 2008 when that game came out, the Wolverine from back then. That one was really fun too, man. They did some really cool stuff with his healing factor, and how that basically, like you said, like how they're tying it into the gameplay with his adrenaline and stuff, and how he can't he'll heal faster out of combat, obviously because he's fighting, so he's not really focused on healing. But yeah, I really want to. I think this kind of, to me, I can kind of see this being a setup to eventually getting some sort of X-Men game, which I would love. Honestly, I would love some sort of ensemble cast type game where you could play as, multiple characters. That would be really cool. Maybe by the end of this, I would imagine we'll get some sort of introduction to Xavier and Magneto, or at least maybe Xavier. Maybe they've been building the X-Men in the shadows and we just, Wolverine hasn't met them yet. That's kind of where I could see this going, which would be really cool, especially once again with the leaks that we got last year. They're working on quite a few things when it comes to Marvel games, which I'm excited for, man. Like, if this turns into a franchise, I kind of hope this isn't a one-off game for Wolverine, just because he's such an interesting character. Because I
Oh no.
personally, I love X-Men. They're, one of my favorite comic book series. They're just a bunch of interesting stories to tell, a bunch of really cool enemies. And I will say Sabretooth looks absolutely he looks absolutely brutal in this, man. Like, and if you guys don't know about Sabretooth, he is a terrible human being, terrible mutant, I should say. Like, he does some pretty terrible things in the comics, not just to Wolverine, but it's cool to see that, we're getting him right off the bat. Like you mentioned, the Sentinels, and, hopefully we'll get some more Wolverine focused enemies. Maybe like Silver Samurai, that'd be cool, or maybe they'll save that for another game, who knows. But I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. And I can't wait for this game. I will say that I'm gonna call this the GTA 6 effect probably through the entire show, because this game comes out September 15th, and there's so many games coming out between August and October. Just trying to get in front of that GTA 6 release. It's gonna squeeze the wallet with a lot of people, man. I'm gonna have to make some hard choices this fall, but I know this is definitely a day one pickup for me. Like, this, no question about it. I know some people didn't enjoy Spider-Man 2 as much. Very valid criticisms of that game. Honestly, I think it's a little bit too long. I'm still trying to work my way through the end of it, but I really can't wait to see what Insomniac does with X-Men and other superhero games that they're working on. Like, it's gonna be cool, man. I'm excited for this. It just looks great, man. I don't know. I'm jazzed about it.
Yeah, man. It was pretty much the talk of the town. Like, everywhere I went, everybody was asking me, because they know that I'm a gamer, so everyone's coming to me asking me about it, like, oh, what did you think? And blah blah blah. I was just like, what did you think? But they was like, because I think people who are comic book fans, who are not necessarily video game fanatics,
Yeah.
I think this is how you draw them in, right? This is a whole nother conversation about how PlayStation gets people to buy their consoles, right?
Yeah.
Because now I have people who really don't play games, like, yo, what is this on? Where can I play this? They're asking me these questions, and I'm like, it's going to be on the PlayStation 5. And they're like, oh, well, PlayStation 5 is kind of expensive. And I'm like, well, you got what? A couple of months to save up to get one if you really want it. But I mean, no pressure, right? No pressure. I understand life is life, and everybody in survival mode. I get it. But this is how you put asses in seats. And
100%.
I'm not gonna steer away from that conversation, because I could talk about that all day, because as you can see, like, the Xbox hate train is strong, and apparently Asha is just under fire for some things she said, but we'll talk about that later. X-Men, yes, I'll be there day one. Hell, I might even break a rule, Darius. I might pre-order. I'm excited.
Whoa. I'll say this much. This I don't think is going to be worse than a good game. Like, we've talked about the pedigree of PlayStation's first party studios, and with their alleged change in how they're releasing stuff to PC. This is just like you said, like, this is probably what they want. They want to bring in people who they know that they can only play certain games in their ecosystem, and it's gonna work. Wolverine is definitely gonna bring in a crowd, and I'm just, like I said, I can't wait. We're gonna do a deep dive on this 100% when this comes out. Talk about all the story, what to expect. Like, this is definitely gonna be something I don't want to say game of the year contender, obviously in the year of GTA 6, because that's, let's just be
Man, fuck
honest.
GTA.
Let's just be honest.
This is my game of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say personal game of the year, but we all know what's gonna win that award at the end of the year. Honestly, we know what's gonna win. So, but this is definitely gonna be top 3 for me, man. Yeah, September 15th, excuse me. So make sure you guys, if you guys are excited about this won't be the last time you hear about it from us. Like I said, we'll definitely do a deep dive episode talking about Wolverine and stuff. So that was one of their biggest games, and I'm actually excited to talk about the next one that they ended the show with, which was God of War Laufey. So this is the sequel. This is not a spinoff. This is from Sony's own mouth on their blog. This is a direct sequel to Ragnarok. And I think this is honestly perfect timing because I'm currently working my way through Ragnarok. I think I'm in the 3rd realm of the elves. I can't remember the name of it. The Norse mythology has some really complicated names. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I will say that this caught me by surprise. I was not expecting to see this year. This has been kind of like an open secret. It's been leaked a little bit here and there. So I knew this game was in existence, but I was not expecting to see it and seeing so much of it at the showcase. And if you guys haven't played God of War, the 2018 game, and Ragnarok, I highly, highly suggest you do if you're a fan of the series. I think that they've done some of their best storytelling that they've ever done, Sony Santa Monica, with Kratos. And this just really kind of opened a lot of questions in my brain. I don't know if you've played any of the most recent games, but you kind of see that we're starting off here with Kratos laying Laufey to rest. We still don't know how she passed, which is another question I want to know. It's like, how did she end up dying? Slight spoilers, I guess, because she, from what I understand, she was planning to go kill Baldur and fight Odin because the race that she's a part of, the Giants, had a prophecy about Ragnarok, and it looks like she was trying to stop some things from happening, or at least make things easier for Atreus and Kratos on their journey. But this just looks absolutely incredible, man. Like I am so interested to know more about this. And we can talk about gameplay and stuff, but like, are you interested in this? Like, I know you played a lot of the older God of War. Like I said, I wasn't sure if you played any of the more recent ones.
Okay, so first of all, they didn't have to barbecue my girl like that. She probably smelled like French toast. But it's very interesting because her personality, what really stood out to me about this game is the fact that we get to finally kind of see her personality. Like you hear about her a lot, and through the storytelling of Kratos and just the last couple of games in general, but a lot of things start to make sense during this trailer. Like, you kind of get why Kratos might have fell for her in the first place. She's a real piece of work. And I'm just feeling like it takes a lot to deal with Kratos, and I think she's that woman to do it. So it starts to kind of make sense, and it's like she kind of got this aggressiveness to her, and it maybe it shouldn't have. I don't know why I always thought she was kind of like soft in a way. I don't know. I just always had this kind of vision of her, but like seeing her battle and just seeing her, fight and stuff, I was just like, oh, like, okay, she could hold her own. Like, okay, I see where her and Kratos might become a thing, but just little quirky stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you get to kind of see more of her personality and who she is, which is cool. And then the combat and everything, she kind of has like her own thing, which was very interesting. Like the little ribbon things, and just kind of, it feels like an intro to her. But I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Like, it's like an intro to her. And I think this game is going to carry. I did beat the original trilogy of God of War. I didn't beat 2018 God of War. or Ragnarok. I feel like I watched it enough to where I didn't have to play it to experience. Because this is around the time when streaming was strong too. So I was watching a lot of people stream it.
Yeah, yeah,
So I didn't feel like, yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to play it. Nothing against it. It's just so many games, grown man, little time. You know how that go. But this game is like very, very interesting to me. I just, I'm already kind of like falling in love with her character because I think that it's a strong piece to this puzzle that is Kratos. And because you get we've known Kratos for years, right? Then it's Atreus, right? We got to watch him kind of grow up, become a man. And this is just another interesting character in the story that I'm interested in getting to know. So in the way that the stories are parallel, like people have been piecing it together. And it's very interesting how they did that, which makes me wonder, was this planned or was it like something they thought of within the last couple of years? Like we could line these stories up, you know what I mean? Or like, have they always had this plan to introduce her and her own sort of spinoff? I know they say, it's a part two, but
uh,
I like to call it a spinoff because there's another character that we're getting to know. And then I'm pretty sure we will get Atreus like solo game. I'm pretty sure that's coming. So because his story in Ragnarok and with the girl and all that, I feel like there's something there. We're going to slowly start to create this universe. And I'm here for it because there's a lot of interesting characters in this game. It's not a lot of fluff. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of lands and it has a purpose. So I'm here for it, man. I want to see where this goes. I want to see like, oh my God, like the boss battles and
yeah.
because one thing that God of War is infamous for is some good ass boss battles. So I want to see who she fights. I want to see what is added to the story and will she come back from the dead or she's dead forever or like, I don't know. So I'm here for it, man. What about you?
Yeah, and to answer that question you had, because I watched there was an interview that they posted after this with Corey Barlog, who was the director of the first two games, and gosh, I'm blanking on her name. The current director of this one. Shout out to her, by the way. She was a original editor on the trailers for the 2005 original game. She's been with Sony Santa Monica forever. But from what they were saying, this is something that they've been working on for a while. So I imagine this was the plan for them to kind of create this offshoot, especially with the questions and some of the hints that they were dropping from the first two games about Kratos going to other pantheons. Because this realm, if you want to call it that, where she is called the Every Win. And like I've been reading a bunch of theories and stuff about the game. So the two gods that she runs into is Sekhmet. She is the Egyptian god of war, and I forget the guy's name, the flaming head. He is the Mongolian god of war. So it seems like we're going to be running into, a lot of different pantheons, which is very interesting. Maybe they're trying to answer the question of like where gods go when they actually die. Because like I said, if you guys have played Ragnarok, this is something that Odin was very worried about, especially with him trying to stop Ragnarok. He was very fearful of his death. And that's just based off of my own playing through the initial parts of the game that I have. Like Odin is definitely trying to survive and he doesn't want to die. And I wonder if it's not just a fear of death, but maybe he's afraid of something in this realm or something happening to himself. Because I've even seen people talking about, it would be cool, and honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we run into some of the Greek gods. People mention Zeus and Ares and stuff. You could potentially run into some of those characters, which would be very interesting for Laufey to meet some of Kratos' old enemies. I'm sure they've talked about some of his adventures all through Greece and his time as being a god of war, but it seems like they're propping something up here that they're trying to tell some overarching story, and I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the trailer as we're watching it here. You see all these mystical beasts and stuff through these they're locked in these cages. I would imagine that they're either gods or legends from their own pantheons, which is very interesting. Like they piqued my interest so much because, like I said, I just want to know more about what's happening in the story and why she's so desperate to get back to them. It's almost as if she knows something. And I feel like I always got that feeling in the first 2 games too, is that she knew more than she knew things that extended past Ragnarok. And I got that feeling of desperation for her. She wants to get back to Kratos and Atreus. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this or at some point she tries to escape and revive. Back into gosh, I forget the name of the Norse realm, but Midgard, excuse me, that's what it is. But it's definitely, is she the one who was living in the woods under that big turtle? No. So she was one of the last few giants, the Jotunheim, like ice giants. Fun fact, like the original, like in the newer games, the Leviathan axe was hers originally. So the axe that Kratos uses belonged to her. And like I said, it's just so much I want to know more about this game. Like and I know people have been talking about Jack Quaid and that mysterious cube. I've seen some very interesting theories about that as well as the sword that's inside of the cube. Some people are speculating that it's Excalibur. I'm not really.
Hey, hold on. Zay, we're potting. Zay, we're potting. Get out of here, Zay. We're potting.
Glad Charm. Thank you, Ivan. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I think it's. Hang on 1 second, guys. 1 second.
We have guests. Hold on, guys. We're potting.
Still recording.
We're in the middle of a pod. They just jumped in. What's up?
Nah, it's fine. We didn't tell them. Yeah, it's all good. Give us like 15-20 minutes, fellas, and we'll be done.
All right.
But yeah, the cube and the sword, like I don't think it's I don't think it's Excalibur. I think it belongs to someone just based on the look of it. It doesn't look like a Middle Eastern style sword or Eastern style sword from that type of time, but I'm excited for this, man. Like, I know a lot of people were lukewarm on it. Like Teacher Bro says he's kind of feeling lukewarm on it. But I'm more so interested in the story, I think. That's my thing. It's like I want to know more about what the hell is actually happening in this game. And like I said, this was a big surprise. I'm surprised they actually showed as much as they did, which tells me that I think this is probably going to come out next year. Cuz originally I didn't think this was going to come out till next gen or close to next gen, but yeah, man, I'm super excited about this. Like, I definitely need to see more about what Sekhmet and the other Mongolian god of war are up to. I feel like they're part of probably some group of gods that maybe they're trying to escape the Everywind, because from everything that it seems, even the Mongolian god of war mentioned that the gate was closed, and that they were, it seems like they're probably trying to escape for some reason. So.
Well, they definitely got a lot to pull from. They got a lot to pull from as far as characters and what direction they want to go. And that's one thing about God of War. Like, if you're into all that mythology and stuff like that, like, even when that big ass lion thing came, I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I think that's a part of, I think that's Sekhmet's pet. If I remember,
why they got big ass pets? Why they pets so goddamn big?
They gods, man. They just. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I read online. Like I think that's probably something else I probably should mention. Like I just love history and mythology and just learning about kind of stuff like this has always been an interest of mine. So that I think that's what was like an easy draw-in for me. Like I said, I know some people had their reservations about it. And that's something, I guess that's something I wanted to ask you about too. Do you feel like Sony in particular are you tired of this style of not game, but just like the over the shoulder third person, views that, the typical Sony view that we get from their games? 'Cause I saw a lot of people talking about that too.
Oh my, fiddlesticks! Screw off.
Not well. I would say I saw It was actual conversation. It wasn't people just being like jerks. It was like genuine conversation.
Nah, I'm still gonna say fuck off because if the game is good, I mean, if the game is good, man, then I can understand what they're saying, but at the same time, the games that do it, it seems to be like a formula that's working for them. I mean, what do you want it under the nuts? Like, what kind of view do you want? I don't. When it comes to innovation, it's only so much you can do with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't take heed, or it doesn't bother me, man. Like when you got a game that looks this good and has this much interest and lure and all the good things going for it, that's the least of the problems that I'm looking at. Like, you know, I'm more I'm more concerned with just certain people taking notes. Once again, Xbox, this is how you put asses in seats
Yeah.
yet again, because this thing moves consoles. This is a game that's going to sell consoles, bro. Like people grew up on God of War. People don't realize how like God of War is pretty old if you think about it.
Yeah, 2005. It's been 20,
Yeah,
20
God of
20
War
years. Yeah.
God of War has a very, very big following, and I was so mad. Like I rolled past Santa Monica Studios. I should have tried to break in. That was my original plan. But I was just curious as to what goes on behind the wall. But this game, yeah, man, I'm here for it. I don't want to make any promises. I can't make any promises on what I will play anymore because I just don't know.
Yeah.
But if I don't play it, I definitely will be watching playthroughs. But her as a character, I'm very, very intrigued. Like I said, I feel like we're gonna play this game and we're gonna either walk away. We're gonna just walk away as fans of hers, or the criticisms will come pouring in. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she's not this, she's not that, she's not Kratos, blah blah blah. And I'm here for it. I'm here for a healthy discussion, of course, of why you might feel that way. But so far, I mean, I like her. I want to see what she's gonna do.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Deborah Ann Wall because if I remember right, she is the actress from Daredevil. She is. Yes, she's the actress from Daredevil. I forget her name in Daredevil. I'm drawing a blank here. But hey, I'm a fan of hers, man. I think she's gonna do good work in this role. It's cool to see. I know some people feel kind of iffy about Hollywood actors. Thank you, Ivan Karen. That's her name in Daredevil. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that. But I like that we're getting Hollywood actors more involved in some of these roles, and especially Jack Quaid. If you guys have watched The Boys, that's Huey from The Boys. He voices Frank the Cube. I thought it was spelled like Frank, like Frank, but it's actually spelled differently. And there's been, like I said, there's a lot of very, very interesting theories and things that, and that's the thing that I think this went over pretty well because so many people are already talking about the game, and we don't have like a legitimate release date yet. So I think that's what's gonna pull a lot of people in. The story itself is gonna pull me in 100%. Like I'm definitely, yeah. Thank you, Weenie. Yeah, it's spelled like PH. Yeah, RANQE. Yeah, it's spelled really strange, but I think I'm just, oh man, there's so many theories that are running through my head about this game. Like I definitely have to finish Ragnarok, and I don't know if that's
I think they got it
recency
ready to
bias,
go.
but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think this comes out
I think they have
next
it.
fall, in my opinion.
I think they have it ready. I think they have it ready to go. It's just Grand Theft. I just wish Grand Theft Auto just come out and get the fuck out the way.
The
man.
GTA 6 effect, brother.
I might be on a hate campaign.
Let's just be honest, man. Like, every game that's coming out before October was not. I mean, November did not want to come out the month that they're coming out. I can guarantee that. It's just, it is what it is. GTA 6 is a monster, man. It is the game. It's gonna break a lot of records. I'm not a Rockstar hater. I know you're not. I'm not saying that like you are either, but I know GTA 6 is probably gonna push the open world medium forward. They're probably gonna do some very innovative things. It's a known quantity at this point, like me and DC say all the time, man. I know the game's gonna be good. It's gonna probably be great even. I'm gonna play it, but it's not my most anticipated game of the year. Not by a mile. I'm just be 100% honest. It's not. They're not gonna delay it again. They've already said they're not. They came out with like during their last investor call, and they reiterated that it's coming out this year. Honestly, I think it'd be bad for them if they delayed it, and they know that. Like, they can't afford to. Like, I don't think they financially can afford to delay it anymore. Like, it's gonna come out, in my opinion. So
Even if it's broken, they might do some bullshit. They'll put it out and they'll just push updates.
I think it's gonna come out. The only thing I'm really worried about is the frame rate on console. That's it. Like, even with the PS5 Pro, I don't see that game hit 60 frames consistently. I just don't. There's no way. I just don't see it. It's just my opinion. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see about GTA 6. I'm sure me and DC will talk about it. Kind of have no choice. It'd be disingenuous of us not to. You guys would probably hate us a little bit, but yeah, man, that's God of War and that's Wolverine. So here's the plan, guys. Originally, we were going to talk about Summer Games Fest, but this conversation went on a little bit longer than we anticipated. So I think what we should do, I know the Xbox showcase is tomorrow. I won't be live for that. Unfortunately, I have some things to take care of around the house and, dad stuff to do. So we won't be live for it like we have the last couple of years, but me and DC will get together and stream, do another podcast probably early next week, between Monday and Wednesday. We'll let you know the exact date. We'll get with you guys and let you know then, so we can talk about the rest of the games, because there are a lot of games to talk about. There's a lot of fighting games I'm very, very excited to talk about in particular, but I think it'll probably be best if we just cut here for now. So look for a part 2 for this, and let us know, of course, what you think about God of War and Wolverine. If you're excited about those games, like I said, we'll definitely be talking about more as more information comes out. We'll be doing a deep dive on Wolverine 100%. Me and DC said he's gonna pre-order it, which he never does, so I feel like I kind of have to now. So it'll definitely be it's gonna be bought. So
Wolverine bought like fuck.
Yeah,
You hear me?
it's definitely an easy grab, 100%, teacher bro. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out for. We'll just call this part 1 of Showcase Galore or something. Thank you guys for hanging out. That'll be in the audio version if you guys are listening to the audio version. If you guys are in chat, stick around. We're gonna play some games today as always. And thank you guys. DC, you can take us home because he's back home. See what I did there, chat?
Well, just to reiterate a little bit on what Darius said, basically this whole month is going to be a part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
We are basically just going to be talking about games all of this month. I kind of like looked at the games, and
there's so many, man.
Because the thing is, right, we pride ourselves on, we don't want to stick on a negative. We just kind of talk about things that we like. It's a lot of shit that we like. Like, these games are like that. Man, I want that dinosaur game. We'll talk about it, because I thought that dinosaur game was a sleeper. What is it, like a horror? It's like a dinosaur horror game or some shit?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's kind of, it looks like Jurassic Park almost.
Oh my God. It's so many games that we need to talk about. I'm thinking about even maybe doing some shorts if I have the time to kind of cover some things that we miss, like kind of just some fillers. But just work with us, guys. It'll be a part 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll be taking notes and talking about all the good stuff that's coming out, and we want to hear about you guys' excitement as well. So just chime into the Discord, man. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Be sure to post some pictures. Get active in there, man.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of developer interviews too that I want to talk about. Not just a lot. Yes. There's just so much. There's so much stuff.
Bro, we might have to make like little. I think we'll talk off. We'll talk business off chat. But Bellcross, I wanted to touch on that too as well. Bellcross, I will not forget that specifically for you, brother. Tupac in the video game is hilarious. We laughed about that, but we're going to talk about all this good stuff, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in. It's just so much, and we're not complaining at all. So much material. Oh my God, who is that? Oh no,
that's Lisa. That? Yeah. She didn't realize we were still recording. It's okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. That's going to be in the podcast episode, and we will see y'all next time. Peace.